All right, everyone, welcome to this live training that we've been preparing for you. And I'm really excited because there are things that are happening in the marketplace right now that no one is actually seeing coming. And we've been hearing a lot about new technology, new opportunity, but it's not really transferring into money in our bank accounts. It's not transferring into getting new customers. Well, that's because there's some very specific things that are happening, some new trends that are taking and getting a lot of traction that most marketers aren't aware of. They keep doing the same old things, beating their head against the wall, doing the same old strategies, and that has to change. And so what we want to do is do a live training with you to unlock really our vault inside our partnership program to give you some small strategies that are getting big results so that you can start building six figures, not just for the entire year, but we've got people that are building six figures every 90 to 120 days and getting new clients. So if you're ready to lock and load, this is a pure training. There's nothing to buy. There's nothing that you need to do extra. You just take the really good notes, ask really good questions, because we are here for you. We've got our team in the chat box, myself, and we're here to serve you. So we're gonna go over three powerful perspectives, and I wanna show you step by step what we're doing, how we're doing it, so you can copy it, use it in your own business. So if you're ready to go, put one in the chat box and let's lock and load, because I want to start off by giving you 5 simple things to master that will change your success instantly. Now, look, I know you've got lots of shiny objects, you've got courses, you've got software. So another course in software isn't really going to help you this moment. What's going to help you is to fine tune a few things. And one of the first things you need to fine tune right now is really understanding your market. Now, put one in the chat box if you're someone that says, look, you can ask me anything about this one niche and I know everything. I know the customer value. I can name you 10 different services, the price of those services, the profitability of those services, the schooling that business needed, the actual target market revenue, approximate how many employees that they have, that you can actually fill in all those blanks. Now, if you can't, or you just got one or two of the things I just said, you don't really know your target market very well. So one of the big shifts that we see, and I know this sounds really simple, but it is massive, is stop looking at multiple different industries and start looking at one industry that you know really well. And literally this could take just a few hours to figure out, but you've got to go deep. You got to know exactly what that costs, exactly how long it takes, exactly the profitability, exactly how they sell that. And when you just peel back a little bit of the curtain about these niches in these industries, you're going to become a lot more comfortable and you're going to get clarity and, more important, confidence when you're talking to them about your marketing services, how it can help them sell, get more customers, and improve their profitability. So does that make sense? Put one in the chat box if that could be one commitment right now that you can make to say, all right, I'm going to go deep on my target market. I haven't really done that yet, but that's something I really need to figure out. So just don't put one in the chat box. So I want you to write down, you're taking good notes, hopefully, which niche that's going to be. Now, the second thing is you need to be an expert in building the gap. And I'll show you how to do this in just a minute if you don't understand this. But building the gap isn't about selling. It's not about some cool sales strategy or some cool closing technique. It's about asking questions. Being an expert in the gap means you are building the gap between where they are today and where they want to be in the future. And you can only do that by asking good questions. The more questions you ask, the bigger the gap gets built. The bigger the gap gets built, the bigger opportunity you have to say, here's how my service bridges that gap. Here's what I can help you with to fill that gap. And the bigger the gap is, the more they're going to desire and want your services. So a lot of us don't build any gap. We just talk about our features. We talk about how it can help them. We talk about, a few little taglines, but we're not truly asking thought-provoking questions and being an expert in building that gap. So if you don't know how to do that, let me know. But put one in the chat box, you're like, look, I do a really good job of this. Or two, I don't even know what you're talking about, or I struggle with this. I don't really build a big enough gap where they are just leaning in like, yes, I want this. So good, Dwayne, excellent. But a lot of twos in the chat box here. So good. Well, then remind me in a few moments, and I'll show you how you can build the gap very easily. 3 is make your business 50% referrals. Now, this is something that most marketers don't do because most marketers feel like if they do a good job and they work hard and they give their service, then eventually they'll get some referrals. And that never happens. Let me say it again, it never happens. To build a 50% referral business is on purpose. Referrals must be in your mission. It must be why you do business. You need to have a strategy behind that. And if you don't have a strategy, we can talk about that. But the point of it is you need to think about the business coming in the door is that for every 2 clients I get, 1 new client will come to me, will sign up with me because of a referral. So if you're not looking at the last 4, 5, 6 customers or 2 customers, and one of them isn't a referral, then you've got some work to do. Because everybody, and I mean everybody that is getting success right now is focusing more on referrals and less on those ads on Facebook, YouTube ads, email marketing. They're really going deep on building their referrals and getting that type of strategy in place. So the next 90 days, this has to be your focus. How do you get so that your business throws off 1 referral for every 2 clients? And then build your brand consistency. This is the biggest miss of marketers. When someone goes and you're selling reputation, you're selling social media, you're selling Google business listing, you're selling SEO, and they go to your Google business listing, they go to find you online, you're nowhere. All you have is a website, maybe a few social media posts. This is a critical shift in the marketplace. Long gone are the days where you could just sell a service and they didn't care who you were or what you did or how long you've been in the business. Today, we have to build a brand consistently with a few blog posts, some consistent social media, some great reviews online, some good videos about our business, maybe some testimonials, a good looking website that at least has some basic stuff to it, some content, and some great follow-up. So building your brand consistency. In this area, it's 1 to 2 hours a week just working on your brand. So put 1 in the chat box if you need to work on that. Just give me some feedback on that. Like, yeah, I haven't really done anything in a while to post online, to put content in the marketplace, to get some reviews and to build my actual authority online. It's a big shift. And lastly here is build your prospecting consistency. In our partnership program, we call this the money hours. You don't mess with money hours. These are 2 hours a day where all you're doing is having conversations. You don't do research, you don't write emails, you don't play with software, you don't look at a course, you certainly don't show up for webinar trainings. You are 2 hours a day talking not to people that know you, not to people that have done business with you. You're talking to net new opportunities. We call it new co-business, not old co, but new co-business. If you're not doing 2 hours a day, and I know some of you are part-time, and I get that. So, but just know you can do 30 minutes a day. If you're full-time, you better be doing 2 hours a day. So building your prospect consistency. So that means you're picking 2 hours on a daily basis, 11 to 1, 1 to 4, 1 to 2, 2 to 4 to 5, whatever 2 hours you want. And by the way, this is a worldwide business. It is not a local business. So if you're in New York and you do work full-time, you can call people in California at 5 o'clock. You're in California, right? You get up early, you can call people in New York. You're in New York, you can call people in UK. You're in the UK, you can call people in Hawaii. Don't let geography be the excuse of why you're not successful. So real quickly, just some fine tuning here. We're gonna get into some deep strategies in a minute, but without these, you could have a moderate successful business or really poor successful business. But if you just tweak 2 or 3 of these, right? That's a massive, massive change. So put 1 in the chat box and give me some feedback. What is 1 or 2 words that you're thinking right now? And by the way, do me a favor. Give me a number 1 through 5 or 1 or 2 or 1, 3 or 3 and 4. Which one are you going to work on? Which one do you need to tweak? I'm interested. Scott, what about you? Paul, what about you? Okay, number 2, a lot of 2s coming in, 1s. All right, a few 1s. Fives, twos and fours. Okay. Fives, three. Just only one three at this point. 2, 4, and 5. Good. Thank you, Ross. Mark, 4, 5. Lee's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So, okay, what is the gap? The gap is your ability to ask questions in a way that builds a gap between where they are today and where they want to go. A lot of us just talk about features and benefits, but we don't know how to build the gap. And if you want to learn how to build a gap, I'll show you just in a few minutes here. We can use AI to actually do that to help you out. So let's take the next step. So I want to let you know that everything we're about to do, like for example, if you want me to help you build the gap in those questions, then I want to give you strategicmarketer.com/early access. It's a link that we're going to do a follow-up training. So what we're doing is we're taking all the questions, everything that you have here, anything we missed or need to go deeper on, we're going to do next week. So if you like what you've seen so far, then I would go to strategicmarketer.com/early access. We'll put the link in the chat box as well. And you can register for next week as well, where we'll do a follow-up training. Now, I can't overstate this enough because I'm in the marketplace sometimes 12, 14 hours a day. And what we're in today is nothing like I've ever seen in the history, and I'm 50 years old, of any time I've ever been in business. In my opinion, the only way I could liken this to help you get the clarity on this is this revolution that we're encountering at this very moment is probably the closest I've ever seen to probably the discovery of electricity. Think of just where our great-grandparents were, or grandparents for some of us, before electricity, right? I mean, think of the opportunity like before they could turn on a light, before you could use a dishwashing machine, before you could, have a heater, before any of that. And what happened with electricity, it literally changed every part of life, changed every part of what we're doing. And for some of us, we have not woken up yet to that reality. We haven't woken up at all. We understand it, we've heard about it, but we're not leveraging it. It is not the glasses that we get up every single day and look through going, I've got one opportunity right now in the history of all of online marketing and all of advertising the last 100 years to do something incredible, to be a part of something absolutely revolutionary and allow that wave to put a lot of money in my bank account and build a lot of success. Some of us are just kind of tiptoeing in that. And obviously what I'm talking about is AI. Now, look, I know what some of you are going to think. Hey, matter of fact, give me some feedback right now. How many of you have the feeling that AI is more of a shiny object than a practical tool in marketing? Like I've used it, it spits out stuff that is wrong, it doesn't make sense. I would never use it to write blogs. I would never use it to do an article. I never use it to right? So I know some of you are into it, but I have to address, because inside our partnership program, it wasn't but a few months back, we had a whole bunch of brand new partners come in. And when I asked about AI, they were like, yeah, I use a little bit. Yeah, I know about ChatGPT. Yeah. Next, let's move on. And I have to let you know, there is no moving on. This is everything right now. So some of you might think, hey, there's kind of a knowledge gap, right? A lot of marketers lack the understanding of what the capabilities really are. And I want to cover that in real time with you. And I think it's going to really be helpful. And then there's integration issues. Like what I'm doing right now, how is AI going to integrate with that? Like I'm doing Google Business, I'm doing SEO, I'm doing these, different marketing programs, but AI is not really helping with it. It helps a little bit, but it's not really changing anything in a rapid pace. And then the skepticism about clear return on investment. So 1, 2, or 3, those of you that have not really all in, you're working with AI 2 or 3 hours a day. Now, if you're working with AI 2 or 3 hours a day, I know you're in and you understand it. But if you're not, 1, 2, or 3, which one is more you? Is it the knowledge gap, the integration issues, or the unclear ROI? Which one is that? Okay, so a bunch of, all right, lots of 2s and 3s, no real 1s yet. Okay, lots of 2s and 3s. Okay, thanks, Scott. Thanks, Richard. Thanks, Don. Appreciate that, Mark. Okay, I got 1, 1. A few 1s coming in. Okay, So I want to hit all three of these in just a minute so you can see. But I think the first thing we need to talk about is what just happened in the last 48 hours. So some of you may not be familiar with this, but Anthropic is a kind of a brother or sister company to ChatGPT, but they're a for-profit. Supposedly, ChatGPT, that's nonprofit, OpenAI. So Claude, they went in different directions, saying, look, we want to be a for-profit. And so they're a free AI platform. And I want you to see what just came out when it comes to crushing ChatGPT 4, which is a paid-for program. So you can see here the benchmarks, 35 to 50, 92 to 95 when it comes to math, solving math, which AI is horrible with math. When it comes to code, writing code, 84%. When it gets to over 95%, you'll start to see programmers' jobs go away, literally go away. So ChatGPT 4 is amazing. ChatGPT 3.5 is really good, but Claude 3 just came out literally 48 hours ago, and it's absolutely fantastic. So if you're a little short on cash, or you already have ChatGPT 4 and want something as a second kind of backup, getting a different perspective on writing your content, building your content, Claude 3 is a fantastic strategy for you. So put one in the chat box if you're not really familiar with Claude 3, or Claude itself. Just give me some feedback on that. Samuel, Nick. Okay, yeah, a lot of you. Okay, good. Well, that's good. Then you're absolutely gonna love what we're about to do next. So I have a question to ask, and this is important because I think some of us are overwhelmed. Some of us are very frustrated. Some of us don't know which way to go next. Some of us don't, have momentum like we want to. So what I want to do for the next few minutes is eliminate that for the rest of your life when it comes to marketing. So if I could show you how to never be overwhelmed again, never have to be frustrated, never suffer from paralysis analysis, and instead build incredible momentum for your goals, with the next 10 minutes, you stick with me really close and watch my screen, yes? How many of you want to get rid of that? You never want to feel anxiety. You never want to feel overwhelmed. Yes, Joe, Chad, Randy, Cole? Look, I can see there's about 40% not looking at your screen right now. So I would just invite you to, at least for 10 minutes, watch your screen and watch what I'm about to do. So Han says overwhelmed with the amount of work, right? So Randy says, I've got binoculars on, let's go. So, all right. So let's look at your screen real quick. And look, we understand overwhelm. We have an entire ecosystem with 19 different products in the areas of reputation, social, traffic, and funnels and automation. So a strategic marketer, it can get from time to time a little feeling of, hey, I'm in the overwhelm. Like, what do I do next? What comes next? But inside our partnership program, we put everything together step by step. So for example, we've got this this kind of Netflix for online marketing, and we have this really cool way that we take these series and we kind of put them in the back office, like a kind of an episode series on Netflix, where we discuss hot leads and really cool tactics behind the scenes. And you can kind of see here 4 episodes: episode 1, episode 2, sliding offers, episode 3, and episode 4. But I'm going to take you through what happens to most people in their coaching programs, in their courses, with their software, is they listen and they watch a training. They're like, yeah, that's amazing. And then what happens the next day? Oh, what was that again? I got to figure that out. How did that go? And what do you got to do? You got to watch another 30-minute video, right? Another 20-minute video. You got to sit there and figure it all out. How many of you would love to never do that again? Put one in the chat box if that's you. I never want to do that again. So what most of us don't understand in this new revolution is you literally have the ability to never have to do that again for the rest of your life. And the way you do that is pretty obvious, but we're just not doing it. So I want you to look over my shoulder as I do it. And so I want to take something super obscure. You've never even watched this training before, right? Like you've never even seen this, but we show you how to target the perfect leads. leverage the website data and citations, whatever that is, right? And then target leads based on social media stats and more. So what we do is we transcribe every single training we do. And transcription's great if you like to read, and that's what we typically do, but that's not what we do anymore. So what we do is we actually take the entire, let me see here. I want to make a copy. I should have made a copy here. That's what happens when you're live. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take this, and you couldn't do this really before. I'm going to select all. I'm going to copy it. And then I'm going to go to Claude. And I'm going to paste it in. See, the beautiful thing about Claude is it's now upgraded that it can do up to 200,000 tokens. So before ChatGPT could only do 16,000. So that means only about 12,000 words. You can literally drop in almost an encyclopedia into Claude and have a conversation with it. So here's what I'm going to ask. We're just going to start really simple, and I want you to understand how I interact with AI might be completely different than you do. So watch very closely. I want to say, first of all, give me if you were to just even read the headlines of this, if you're going to read the headlines, let's do citations. So what the heck are citations, right? So tell me a service you're selling that you would struggle to figure out how citations would even help you. Give me a service that you're selling right now. Michael, Carl, James, Lee. Well, SEO is easy with citations. Michael, give me something difficult. Videos. Okay, good. Videos. Lead gen. Okay, great. So here, you've never watched this training before, but I'm going to go to Claude and say, look, I'm completely overwhelmed. And what I want you to do is be honest. See, you're not going to tell your spouse, you're not going to tell me, but late at night when you are alone, early in the morning, during the day, and you are completely like, I don't know what to do. There's so much doing. What you want to do is take that voice, all that frustration, and put it into AI and write it out. Let it go. Get it out of your mind, get it out of your thoughts, get it onto paper, and talk about it. I'm completely overwhelmed. This training, I'm lost. I sell video. Nothing in this video training talks about selling video. Can you please give me 5 strategies of how to use citations to sell video? Now, put one in the chat box if you're starting to have a little aha moment here. Like, this is prompting, David? You mean you can talk to it like you're frustrated, overwhelmed, you have analysis paralysis, you have no idea what's going on? Yes, absolutely yes. So watch what happens. What's happening, and this is the aha moment I want you to get. The training becomes the prompt. Let me say that again. The training becomes the prompt. So when you've got a great training, let's take a look at this. Well, based on the training video, there are 5 strategies on how to use citations to sell video. Check the website, it has a video on the homepage. The trainer mentions checking the video on the homepage if it's not found, or it's found. If they have existing video, offer to sell them some same, right? Or use the lack of video as conversation starter in an email. Hey, I noticed. Now what's happening here is it's summarizing what's in this video. So I want to say, look, I don't want a summary. When AI gives you what you don't want, tell it, I don't want a summary. I asked for a citation strategy so I can sell more of my video services. So what I'm doing is I'm making sure that I never take what it's saying and go, well, that's it. No. See, here's what's happening in most of our minds. And this is you're doing this for the rest of your life. So just pay attention to the psychology for just a moment. The reason we don't take action is there is something in our way. And we can't find a resource, a knowledge base, a person to talk to, a customer support ticket to figure it out. Those days are gone. So the reason we're not taking action is there's something else in the way, and we're like, well, we can't figure that out. Well, I guess you're going to have that objection. Well, I guess that's not going to happen. I don't know how to do that. So I guess I'm not going to take action. And that is your mind keeping you from the success that you deserve. And if you use this tactic and strategy, you will stay here, and I want you to sit in front of this computer, and I want you to have a conversation with the most intelligent thing that humans have ever created until there's nothing left for you to figure out. So let's talk about this. Here's 5 specific strategies and citations. No video schema for citations. Ooh, that's a good one. If there's a website that lacks proper video schema, offer to create and implement a video schema when they produce a new video. Ooh, that's a good idea. That's amazing. Missing open graph video tags. Ooh, check if their site's missing an open graph video tag and offer to implement it. I would never think about that. Like if they only have 1 to 2 videos on their site, this is an opportunity to sell video packages, 5 to 10 videos covering different topics. Lack of multimedia citations. If their site lacks multimedia citations, like video object, offer, and markup. Now, I don't know what this is, right? What is this? So let me copy it and go, explain this better. Put one in the chat box if you're starting to see like, okay, I'm going deeper, so there's nothing left. There's nothing in my way to have the success that I've always wanted, because now it's going to explain everything to me. So here's what I love. Now watch this. I don't stop here. No video schema. So I'm going to copy this and go, I like this strategy. I'm working with dentists. Write me a friendly script that I can call to offer this service. Do you see where I'm going with this? Now I'm bridging the gap. Yeah, I understand what it is. That's a great strategy, but now what do I say? Done. It's going to write you a script. Hey, the reason for my call is I noticed your website doesn't currently have any video schema. Video schema is some additional code that gets added to engines like Google. For example, explaining now, this is really overwhelming. I'm not going to do this. That has too much detail in it and isn't persuasive. Please make it shorter and use conversion psychology to write the script, so a 10th grade level. You see that? So like, I know you're gonna read this and go, I can't, that's not me. I can't read that, that's not good. And then you'll stop. No, keep going deeper. Keep going deeper. Hey, I'm calling about an easy way to get more patients from Google. Oh, do you see what we just did? We just hit pay dirt. Hey, we noticed your website's missing important coding that tells Google about your dental video. And without this coding, your great videos are getting skipped over by the search engines. Boom, we are on it. Look at your screen, you're on it, right? You are right there. So, hey, for a small one-time setup fee, we can implement your schema, or hey, we're willing to do it for free. Put one in the chat box if you're starting to see you can strike gold every single day in your business. This was a training you've never seen, you've never heard of, you don't know about, and literally with just a few diagnostic questions, we are at the money. We're right there where we need to be. Now, let's not stop there, right? What else would you want to do? Ted, what else would you want to do? What else do you need next? Basil, what else? Scott, what else do you need? What else do you need? well, we got a script, but maybe we want to post something on social media, right? Maybe we want to say, how, if I gave this service for free, then how would I upsell to reputation services? Oh, are you starting to get it? This isn't you signing up for some like additional course or a new piece of software. This is taking what you already have and making the dirt that you look in your backyard and just uncovering a little bit and seeing crazy amounts of gold and diamonds everywhere. So here it is, right? Hey, since we're in the video schema, I want to share another powerful way to capitalize on videos from Google. As you know, dental videos start getting featured more prominently in search. I mean, this is just amazing. Now, give me a few words back. How are you feeling right now? Are you starting to see that the days of overwhelm, the days of frustration, analysis paralysis, when you can take all the different directions you want to go that you don't know which way to go, put it into AI and have a conversation, right? Be the worst feelings, the best feelings, the things that are outlandish that you would never put into a support ticket, put it in here and get some feedback on it. So now, I'm not saying to use Claude. I'm not saying to use ChatGPT. I'm just giving you a strategy because Claude has come out with a brand new level that you need to be made aware of, right? So talking to dentists, how many right now don't have some proposals out and you don't know how to close them? You're struggling to close them. Put one in the chat box right now. Who am I speaking with? How many of you have some proposals out? Scott, you got some? Paul, you got some? James, you got some? Don, you got some? Okay, good. So have you taken that, dumped your proposal into AI and said, my dentist that I'm marketing this proposal to isn't calling me back. They're not saying yes. Give me 3 things I could do to get to a yes. Make sense? Any aha moments there? Like, this literally changes everything for us as marketers. Yeah, you can write, social media posts and blog posts. We're not even there yet. We just need to get you out of overwhelm, get you out of frustration, and get you into a culture that's supporting you successfully. And when I'm not there with you late at night like I am today, helping you, giving you strategies, you have the smartest technology in the world supporting you when you use a strategy. And this is why inside our partnership program, we transcribe every single strategy. And our customers are loving it because they take the transcript and we're teaching them to interact with it, and they're having huge success. Breakthrough moments every single day. It's at a whole new level. So, any quick questions on this before we move on? So this is literally going to get you out of overwhelm. This is literally going to remove all the frustration. But you have to make a commitment to yourself, to your family, and to your future, really, to say, I'm not going to stop until everything in my head, every question, every detail is in here, and I've got the answers I'm looking for. So the only thing left is that path to success. The only thing left is for me to actually take action. Make sense? Randy says, is this called Print Money 2.0? It could be, but look, this has been here for the last year and a half for you, but we just haven't figured it out. And that's why, and to be transparent with you, that's why you need to be, I believe, in a place where every single week you're in a culture and you've got coaching pushing you to the next level. That's why I want to get on this call today. That's why we felt we're at a place right now where we got to help some of you out that are in a standstill. You don't know how to break through. This is going to help you break through. So again, if you would like to see me do the gap, if you want to use AI to build the gap and have AI give you the right questions to ask, so you can ask 3 to 4 different questions, and with every question that gap gets bigger and bigger, then just go sign up for the strategicmarketer.com/early access, and next week I'll reveal exactly how we do that. So this is a follow-up training. So again, strategicmarketing.com for just early access to do that. Now, how many of you would love to also, now that you got rid of the overwhelm, we got rid of the frustration, we got rid of the analysis process, how many of you would like to wave a magic wand and get past every gatekeeper every time you picked up the phone and called? Who in the chat box, that's you? Scott, Pico, Samuel, yes? Come on. We can do other things, but I want to reveal this secret to you. How many of you would love to get past the gatekeeper? Now, believe it or not, when we're seeing a lot of calls these days, and especially with contractors, they've got a lot of answering services. So getting to a decision maker is getting more and more difficult. But some of that difficulty is just our hesitation that we get beat up, we get no's, and we get sent an email and sorry, not interested. So I want to show you here how to build a perfect script. Now, I want to show you the script real quick, right, that I had AI write. Let me see here, go back. So, hey, I'm calling because my research team found that your practice is one of the top dental offices in the area due to your outstanding online reviews from your patients. I know how important it is to have a strong online presence. Now, I'm not sure the best person to speak about with, but could you help me find the right contact? I was going to send an email, but I want to take a few moments to discuss the opportunity. We can help you get more patients and more conversions from your Google business listing. Put one in the chat box if that sounds like, wow, that's a very good tone, good conversation, good script that AI actually built. So if you're thinking AI doesn't produce good stuff, if you're thinking, well, my emails or my blog posts or the scripts it's not doing a good job, it's not that AI isn't doing a good job, it's just you suck at prompting. Now, I'm being a little harsh and a little tongue-in-cheek, but it's junk in and junk out. So what I want to do is I want to share with you that AI can also handle all the objections too. So if they're saying, can I ask what this is called regarding? You can say, yeah, absolutely, I'd be happy to explain. We specialize in helping dental practices enhance their online practice with services like review management and Google business listing optimization. So, or something like, hey, is the decision maker expecting your call? No, you're right. He wasn't expecting, and I wasn't pre-scheduled. However, my team identified your practice as a potential fit for our services. Or dealing with, have you been in contact with the owner? Or dealing with, can you please send an email with more details? Oh, I'd be happy to send it over with some additional details. However, since I've got you on the line now, would it be possible for you to give me a quick, just 2-minute overview or 30-second overview? So put one in the chat box if you can see, you're like, wow, every single objection is being overcome with great conversational language. Now, where does all this come from? Well, I want to reveal for the first time publicly how I actually prompt AI. Now, put one in the chat box if we can spend some time on this. If I can share with you the steps I take to build a perfect prompt that gives me the perfect strategy, whether it's scripts, whether it's content, whether it's emails, it comes out light years ahead of everything else. So look at your screen real quick and let me go over this. And then I want to show you how we actually do it. But there's actually steps to this. And the first thing we do is we build a persona. And a persona is, we tell it who it is. See, a lot like Google, if you were looking for a dentist and you just said dentist, it would give you dentists everywhere, right? But if you're looking for an endodontist, that's different than just a normal dentist. If you're looking for a pediatrician, that's different than a doctor. So the more information you give it, the better it's going to be. So the first thing that most marketers miss is they do not build a persona. And the persona says who the AI agent really is. If the AI is going to speak in a tone or in a certain perspective or with a certain expertise, you have to tell it what it's actually doing. So let me show you what that looks like. So I want to give you kind of an insight on the script that built that AI get past the gatekeeper. I want you to see how short it is. This is my prompt. Do you see that? So when people are talking about, hey, prompting, I'm not talking about one sentence or two sentences. I'm talking about really understanding building a prompt profile, and it all starts with the persona. Hey, you're an expert in setting appointments with businesses. You're exceptionally skilled at getting past gatekeepers, receptionists, personal assistants, or administrative staff. You're empathetic and understanding as well as professional. Their approval is often necessary for a salesperson to advance the conversation next level. You're an expert getting past the gatekeepers. I just had a whole bunch of people ask me, can we have this? Put one in the chat box if you would like this. Yes? Would this be helpful? So if I get 100 yeses at 1.5 yes, okay. Okay, so here's what I do. I can't give it out to you right now, but what I can do, I can give it to everyone. If you go to strategicmarketer.com/early access, that's a link right there. When we get your email, I will take those emails and we'll email you out the prompt, the full thing. So you don't have to take notes on this. Is that cool? So again, go to strategicmarketer.com/early access and we'll do that. So the first thing we do is we build a persona. Now, the next thing we do after the persona is we actually build the objective. What is the objective of what we're trying to accomplish? The problem is that AI doesn't know when it comes up with its own objective. See, unbeknownst to most people, when you're working with AI, it is always programmed to go towards an objective. But if you leave the objective up to the AI, you'll find it goes in lots of different directions that you don't want it to. So let's look a little closer at what this objective is. The objective is gatekeepers are tasked with filtering incoming calls. They determine which calls are relevant and important based on superiors. You are to write a script for a phone to effectively engage gatekeepers in secure meetings with decision makers for a specific industry that follows a three-part process. So just give me some feedback now, put one in the chat box if you're starting to see like, okay, this is a lot different and why maybe you're not getting the results and really seeing this huge revolution of opportunity, because just simple things like this. So the next one we want to do is called the framework. Now the framework are the parameters. So obviously think of AI as a Ferrari, but if a Ferrari drives on dirt or it drives in the desert, drives on dunes, it's not going to be very effective. We need to give it a beautiful road to go down, and that's our framework. So our framework begins to explain in great detail exactly what it is. So part one, right, is I want you to select 3 of these types of openings and kind of rewrite them. Then enroll them in helping you. For the next part of the script, I want you to choose one of these 3. For the next part of the script, the last part, I want you to write something similar to, I was going to send you via email, and believe it or not, AI can use tokens. So when you tokenize things, offer type, benefit, it can insert that automatically. So long gone are the days where it says insert company name, insert service, insert benefit. AI allows you to enter it all. And I'll show you how to do that in just a minute here. So the next is the output format. So now that we've got the framework of exactly what we want it to do, the next is, how do we want it? Because, you know, let me just go to ChatGPT and let's say you were going to do a teleprompter and you needed a script and you go something like this, you know, write me a video script for a pizza offer. That's how most people prompt, right? Now look at what AI is doing. Opening shot of a bustling pizzeria kitchen, narrative, voiceover, cutting to the pizza slice. I mean, no, man, I just wanted a script to read. So put one in the chat box if you can see here. This is what sucks about AI. We didn't give it the parameters and the road to go down, so it just decided to do whatever it wanted to do. And now we're like, this is unusable. I want to spend more time editing this than I will do anything else. I might as well just write it myself. Matter of fact, I just might as well go get an ice cream because I'll have more fun doing that. Just forget this, and you're just gonna walk away from it. But it won't write it this way if you actually give it a roadmap, an output format to actually go down. Now, the next thing we do, and let me show you exactly what we did here, is we give it special instructions. And I want to give you kind of an aha moment here, because the problem is if you do not separate it like I do in these formats, when you get something that's really poor and it starts to do crazy things like you just saw ChatGPT do, you can go back into special instructions and say, whoops, sorry, don't do that. So what happened here is AI was identifying the outputs was saying 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. I don't want that. So my special instruction is where I give it special instructions to do things I don't want it to do, or to add things I want it to do. See, the problem is everyone writes in these big, long prompts, and they don't organize it in any way, so it's impossible to go back and edit anything. But I can go back and edit. If the persona is wrong, I change the persona. If the objective comes out wrong, I change the objective. If the output doesn't come out, I can change the framework or the output format. And then if it's doing something I don't like, I can update my special instructions. So put one in the chat box if you can see the kind of the method to the madness of why this is so critical. Now, granted, I would outside if someone asked me to teach this, any others besides you on our list, I wouldn't charge less than $1,000. And we train on this almost every single week inside our partnership program. So we go so much deeper than this, but at least this gives you hopefully the hope to be, hey, there's a whole new world out there that you haven't even begun to tap into that could literally supercharge everything you're doing and so much more. But you've got to have a path to do that. And so the next thing we want to do is the inputs. So here's the cool part about the inputs. You can build this script in any way that you want, and you're only going to input 3 things. Describe the product or service you're offering, describe the niche you're calling on, and the benefit of the offer. Does that make sense? So watch this now. I can copy this. Go to ChatGPT, paste it in, and I can say the niche, dentist, my offer, give me an offer. Anybody give me an offer in the chat box real quick? Give me an offer that you are, like a free offer that you're offering to the marketplace right now. Free teeth whitening, no. Review responder, great one, Mark, that's a good one. So respond to the last 5 reviews that came in on Google Business Listing. And the benefit is getting more clients from Google Business Listing fast. So that's all I did, is I just gave it some inputs here. And then I can copy and paste this in. Hey, I've been hearing amazing things about your clinic from your customers online. It's really impressive how well your services are. I'm working with a team that specializes in enhancing online reputation, specifically for dental clients. And we've seen a pivotal Google Business Listing for attracting new patients. Was hoping to discuss that opportunity with the right person at your clinic. Dang, that's so good. Put one in the chat box and be like, wow, it's talking about dental clinics. It's adding the persona. It's specializing in this niche because it understands what a dental clinic is. Phone script number 2, explain the purpose of the call. And it's handling all the objections as well. So all I have to do is a few small little inputs and my entire script changes. So could you imagine building this potentially for a dentist where they're having their administrator call their customers and offering a teeth whitening service? Any aha on that? So why use ChatGPT over, it's either or, they're both excellent. They're both excellent. Put one in the chat box if you're starting to see this. I want to make sure, maybe I'm talking past you a little too fast, but I want to make sure you guys are getting that this is the revolution that you have at your fingertips. Okay, so let's go a little bit farther here. So let's put it all together. A persona. We tell it who it is and what we want it to do. The objective, the direction we want it to go, and explain the process as if you're teaching a new recruit coming onto your team. Give it the framework, which is what we want it to accomplish, and the output format of what we want to see. That might be a blog post. It might be an email. It might be a social media post. Special instructions of how we want it, exactly the way we want it, be able to adjust things as we go. The prompt commands of now, execute on what I want you to do, and then inputs of the target market, demographic, psychographic, whatever you want. So if you follow these 7 steps, you will build prompts that will literally shift your entire ability to have success. So now, how many of you right now are still thinking, how does this get me leads though? How can I get leads with this? Put one in the chat box if you'd like to see how we take our secret prompt strategy and get leads. Come on, let me hear you. I need to see that you're interested in this because I'm about to show you something that no one in the entire world has actually seen or even done yet. But I want to show you what we do with this. Because when we build this prompt strategy, I want to show you all the things we can do. So let's just kind of imagine for a moment. We could build for a business, a dental practice welcome letter for new patients, crafting dental hygiene tips, crafting information a newsletter, creating dental hygiene appointment follow-up emails. We can create dental patient satisfaction survey questions. We can do welcome email templates, social media posts, dental appointment scheduling templates, dental practice Google ad copy, general dental practice Instagram ideas, create dental TikTok video ideas, and the list goes on and on and on. So can you see that when you have a prompt and you built it, that is like gold, because it can produce incredible results for any niche over and over and over and over again. So put one in the chat box if you get that. Yes, does that make sense? But how do you do that? Well, we are creating the ultimate lead magnets. So let me show you. So what we do, so imagine this. We have a prompt that will actually write the copy for this page. And by the way, the prompt I just went through, the 7 steps, wrote this page. Free service for online marketers. Instantly build a step-by-step script and start getting past any gatekeeper. Limited time access. Let our AI engine build your perfect scripts instantly and email it to yourself. Why is our AI script builder free? And it goes and explains it all. So we allow AI with that 7-step prompt to build the perfect copy for a landing page for a lead magnet. Put one in the chat box if you get that. Yes, does that make sense? So we are building these web apps, and when they click on this, it goes to the prompt fields. and there's a prompt in the background, an AI prompt in the background, because we don't give them the prompt, right? It's running in the background. And so they describe the product they're selling, just like we just did. So we can do, 30 days of social media posts. That's what we're offering for free. The niche we're going after is dentists. And the big benefit of the offer is get more leads from social media. So now we click next, and it will actually build for any marketer the perfect script in getting past the gatekeeper. So this actual prompt is running in the background. And what we're able to do is create the perfect lead magnets. Think of all the different types of lead magnets that businesses need right now that are practical and tactical, and they would say yes to. Let's say it's a chiropractor, creating blog posts for a chiropractor. Send them to a landing page that has a beautiful prompt running in the background where they can get a free blog post, appointment confirmation messages, FAQs for billing, generic chiropractor referral thank yous, appointment reminders, recommendations for different age groups, referral strategies, craft welcome letters for new patients. All the huge opportunity now to take prompts and then put them into pages as the perfect lead magnets. Gone are the days where you got this free report. Gone are the days where you got this thing that they download that they never read or never go through. Now you can meet every single business exactly where they are at and build for them things that no other marketer can do. No other marketer could ever help out with. They want a perfect employment list or employment job description. You can build that with the prompt. So now what we're doing, which is absolutely insane, is we're actually building these pages. And then the dentist goes in, the doctor goes in, they put their name and email and emails himself, and we get a lead. So we're literally driving traffic to these landing pages. In the background, we've got these prompts going, and now the prompts are generating leads, and we can build any lead magnet for anything that we want. It's an absolute game changer. This is a whole blue ocean strategy. So what I want you to see is that AI is the game-changing opportunity. So please lean into it. I hope that you'll take some of these away. Matter of fact, how many of you would like to see how we built these pages? Would that be valuable? Put one in the chat box if you'd like to see how we build these pages. Yes? Okay, so here's what I do. I'm running out of time tonight, but I'll do two things for you. If you want, I will add that to the next training. So I will show you step-by-step how we build these pages. If you go to strategicmarketer.com/early access, sign up for that. And then what I'll also do is when you sign up for that, I'll also give you this prompt that I built, and you can see how big this prompt is and how powerful it is, so that for the rest of your life, you can get back and past almost any gatekeeper, whether it's a dental, chiropractor, contractor, realtor, doesn't matter. It'll build prompts for you for the perfect script, for the perfect service, to handle the perfect objections, to be able to get to a decision maker. So Gabe says, what about the traffic? Well, we can talk about traffic too, Gabe, if you want. Just come on the next training and we'll talk about that. So again, go to, let me put up here, go to strategicmarketer.com/early access. If you want that prompt, and then we'll do a follow-up training. So what questions you have? When it comes to AI now that you can see the power that you have to never be overwhelmed, have a personal trainer with you at your side 24/7 to help you with any course that you got, any software that you got. And now you understand how to leverage the power of AI with the correct prompt strategy to build whatever that you want that is superior to everything else on the market. What questions you have? So is this a new product or program you're selling? No, Kat, we are not selling this at all. This is inside our partnership program. So will business understand prompts at this point in time? So Brian, it's not for the business to understand it. It's for you to understand it and help the business with it. Does that make sense? So if you find that a dentist, you're going after dentists that need to hire people, what are you going to do? You're going to sell your services like reputation or SEO when they're trying to hire someone. That's the most important thing. Now you can come and say, look, why don't I actually build a job description for you for the administrator you want to hire? Would that help you? Oh, that would be amazing. We've been trying to do that. We've been trying to get a recruiter. Does that make sense? What if they needed something for new patients? You could build a prompt that they can go in and they can build they can put their company name, their company phone number, their company address, the dentist name, and it would write a new patient letter. What if they're trying to get referrals? You could create a prompt that actually built referrals, a referral email to go out and ask their current list to send them referrals. So you build a prompt. Now, let me say this. I would not give them the prompt. You're going to build a prompt that you can use over and over and over and over again that'll work and that'll be valuable to every single business that you work with. Does that make sense? So Kat says, I'm not in the partnership program. I know you don't have to, you could just, we're just doing another training and I want to teach you a bunch of stuff on here. So if you like today's training, you're going to love the next one. So what we're doing is we're taking all the questions, our team's taking all the questions in the chat box right now, and I want to help answer a lot of those questions in a follow-up training. So this is kind of a part one, and then we're going to do a part two. It's all about you. It's all about serving you. And if you want to learn more about the partnership program, we can talk about that on the next training too. So you said the software was free. The answer is yes, Claude is free, and ChatGPT is free. ChatGPT 4 is not. You pay $20 a month for that. Is there an organizational strategy for each conversation in ChatGPT? Maybe Mark reword that a little bit differently. I don't know exactly. I don't know how to answer that, but maybe ask it a different way. Randy says, I work with chiropractors. Can I please see the list of possibilities used for chiros? Oh yeah, sure, Randy. Here you go. Where's Kyle? There we go. You want to screenshot that? Is there a specific process to engineer effective prompts? So Joe, we just went over it. It's those 7 steps. Those 7 steps. As a matter of fact, I can't give this to you, but I can tell you a secret because it's very proprietary. We built a prompt that builds prompts. Think about that for a moment. We built a prompt that builds that 7-step prompt. So you can literally put in what type of prompt you're looking for, what's the benefit of the prompt, and it will build a persona, it will build a framework, it will build all that stuff. So just think, did that bend your brain a little bit? Right? So just know all that's possible. So this is why you need to lean in. This is why you need to pay attention. If there's ever a time for you to make sure you're focused, don't you dare get distracted. Make sure you're focused on making this happen. Make sure you're focused on using AI, leveraging AI, right? Again, and if you want more strategies like this or more like that, this is what our company does. Strategic Marketer, we train every single week on this stuff. Yeah, prompt engineering is a new high-paying career. I agree. Yeah. John said, sign up for the next training. Can't wait. Awesome. All right, a lot of questions coming in. Can you put the screen up for veterinarians? Yep, we can do that too. Matter of fact, why don't we just do this real quick? Hold on. This is what I'm scared of. I'm scared of right now you telling me, could you tell me prompt ideas for plumbers? Why would you ask me that after we just went through this training? I love that you're asking me, but let's do this instead. Let's teach you to fish and not us give you a fish. This is giving you a fish, right? Teaching you the fish is going to Claude or ChatGPT, right? Either one. And let's get, now we're not going to go so deep, right? But we do want to make sure we build a little persona. You're an expert in building prompts for marketers. You specialize in local businesses in building marketing strategies and operations for developing prompts in AI. I want you to list out ideas that business owners that run a dental clinic need that would make me a hero in giving them, in actually in building resources for them. List out 20 resources that AI can do and I can build a prompt for so that the result is amazing and I can bring value to the business. All right, put one in the chat box that makes sense, yes? So whatever niche that you're focused on, this is what you need to do. You need to discover this for yourself. So I'm just gonna say, look, all right, now what? Patient appointment reminders, social media content, educational blog posts, email campaigns, surveys, website chatbots. Oh, treatment explanation videos. AI to analyze competitor strategies and provide insights in marketing position, offering service. That's good. AI prompts can assist in managing dental supply equipment. That's not good. That's not a good one. So I would stop this and say, that's great, but I only want content ideas, not things like number, what number is that? What was that? Financial optimization, oh, like 16. So tell it, hey, you're wrong. I don't like this stuff. Rewrite it. And it'll go back and it'll remove anything that's not content driven. So what's the prompt on the screen? Here's what I can do. I will give you this, copy it and paste it. Those of you can screenshot it real quick, but I can also paste it in the chat box. There you go. It's in the chat box for you. That sound good? So now look what it did. Oh, this is great. Patient educational guides. Ooh, dental tips for social media stories. Local SEO content for websites. Ooh. Dental myth busting articles. Ooh, I like that. Give me some ideas around that. That's kind of, I mean, I would never use the word sexy with AI, but that's kind of sexy. So give me 10 of those. Dental myths. Sugar is the only cause of cavities. Brush harder means cleaner teeth. If your gums bleed, it's best to stop flossing. Ooh, these are good. Good. So could you see writing a prompt where they come and they go, get your 10 myth-busting article ideas for your social media, for your blog posts? Put one in the chat box if you can see that, yes? Okay, good. Thanks, Don. Thanks, James. All right, look, it's been a great training. Thank you guys so much for showing up. From all of us as Strategic Marketer, we are super excited about the future and how we're creating breakthrough strategies to help our own business, our own agency, as well as hundreds of other agencies become successful using just not the tools in the ecosystem we have, but also the strategies that you can apply to any software, any service that you already are doing to become successful. So thank you guys so much. Have a blessed rest of the day. We will try to get this video back out to you. And again, if you go to strategicmarketer.com/early access, we will not only give you the prompt, but we'll also show you how we build the AI pages in the next training. And then we have a lot of questions that came in. We're going to stack so much more cool stuff on the other end of this training. So absolutely going to love it. So have a great day. We'll see you in the next training. Bye for now.